So this is a demonstration of the AIRcloud from Advanced Image Robotics. AIRcloud is a unified all-in-one solution for setting up a shoot utilizing cloud-based compute instances and our Air1 remote control camera robots. Now, normally a cloud-based production can get complex. There's some hurdles there that traditional video techs aren't accustomed to dealing with. So we created a UI that simplifies a lot of that technical complexity and moves it under the hood. So placing your cameras, assigning your crew, routing your audio and video feeds, giving the right permissions to the right people becomes dead simple. It's all drag and drop or single click, and the AIRcloud automates the rest. Your individual projects are here along the left side, and I'll take us through the setup that we're doing here for NAB in conjunction with AWS, where we're sending feeds from 3 of our camera robots over at the free kick area up to cloud-based compute instances running on AWS. So I'm going to add a camera here. The crew, gear, and site plan, I already uploaded the site plan. I'm not going to bore you all with that stuff. I've already onboarded like all of the gear. Any gear that I own is here, and I can add it to the mix of gear that I can deploy. I'm going to put Jet Li in here in position. I can take and rotate him in any direction. I can give him a camera number. In this case, I'm going to give him camera number 2. I can also set, frame rate and encoder settings and all of parameters for both the internal record and the external streaming format that's coming from the camera to the cloud-based instance. Once I have the camera placed here on the canvas, I can take and assign a camera operator. And again, it's drag and drop. I can assign more than one camera operator if, like, during the course of this event where I'm going to have multiple camera operators over the course of the week, I can put different ones on there so that each camera operator can get at the camera when they need to control it. So just like I can deploy cameras, I can also deploy cloud compute instances running switcher or replay software or routing software. For this particular show, AWS has VizRT Vector Plus and Simply Live Replay running in the cloud. So I just simply drag and drop to deploy those instances. I can, again, assign a technical director to the switcher, and let's put Catherine on the replay. Now, once all of this is done, I publish it, and now day of the shoot, each of those camera streams will hit their switcher input or other end destination automatically. And over here on the launch pad, all of the crew can get access to control the gear that they've been assigned. So for instance, if I'm a camera operator on my control iPad, I can log into the platform, go to my specific project, to Launchpad, find my camera, and through a process called deep linking, when I double click my camera icon on the Launchpad, it automatically launches the Air control app. Not only so that I automatically have permissions to control that camera, but also all of the settings for recording and for streaming are already pre-populated through that deep linking. It's also, you can see here on the URL, it's routing to a specific port that's the switcher input for camera 2. So just like the camera ops have deep linking, we also have deep linking working on launching these switcher instances. Those operators, technical director, replay op, can just double click their instance in order to launch Nice DCV, which is a mirroring program that AWS provides to be able to control their instances, and you can see it's pre-populated with the IP address and control port for that as well. And in addition to launching the cloud instances and the cameras, there's also comms in here where I can launch Unity or Discord or our internal Air comms using SyncStage that runs natively in the control app. For viewers, here I can get a program feed multi-view. Likewise, you just put the destination for that particular multi-view feed here, and anybody on the crew can then access it and see a multi-view of all the cameras. We also have something called the Air dashboard that you can link from these viewers. And what this does is this connects to technical data around all of the cameras that you have deployed. So that's the viewers, comms, launchpad, shoot setup, and the overview. The overview is where as a producer, I can put links for all of the related project data that I want to share with the crew. All of my crew that's been assigned various roles on the project is here. I can reach out to them either individually or collectively. I can delete them off of the project if I no longer want them on there. There's also links to everything going on with the project. Basic description, the dates that it runs. Here are links, external links I can drop in here. For instance, a setup and wiring diagram. For instance, you can imagine how this would be handy for individual crew on site, setting it up, knowing how specific things were going to be wired, where specific gear was going to be deployed. This is across our entire presence at NAB, where we're not only at the AWS booth, but we're also in Panasonic and Zcam, as well as our own booth over in the experiential zone. So that's the basic overview page. There's also what we call a skinny media asset management. So this is where all of your assets live. They can either be uploaded directly from the camera in the field to the AIRcloud platform, or you can upload them from your PC. You can also, of course, tag the assets with specific information, give them a clip name, add them to different collections, put tags on them that you can search for, play the clip back, set new thumbnail images. You can view these clips by the different collections that they're in. Like, say I want to look at all of my stock footage. I can also filter by what client it's associated with, what project it's associated with, or where it's stored. And of course, I can select individual clips for download. And that's a very rough overview of the AIRcloud. There's also more advanced features in here for producers, admins, where you control who's on team for individual projects, what your default integrations are, managing your individual assets, of course, your cameras and your cloud compute instances, as well as your billing. And that's the AIRcloud in a nutshell.